why you need an agent. Whew. So here's here's I tell you, you need a health insurance agent, okay? A good one. Okay, not just one that want the commission. So here's what I see people do. I hear, okay? I hear and see. They don't have it, and if you're not on the marketplace, you may or may not have an agent, but if you're on the marketplace, you need an agent, okay? Because a lot of y'all get confused, okay? Something happened, you don't know who to call. You calling the health insurance company, you calling the marketplace, and you don't have a single contact, an agent that can help you. And some of you have bad agents. Some of you have an agent that just want to enroll you, but when you have a question, they are nowhere to be found. Okay, I'm not that type of person, that type of agent. And so basically, when you're on the marketplace, this a lot of things. Some of you are savvy and you can fill out the application, but some of you are not. And some of you are only thinking as a consumer and you're not thinking as an agent because you're not an agent. Okay. And you say, well, I don't need no help. Oh, I didn't know that. And so basically, I tell people you need an agent. Okay. You need an agent to let you know of the deadlines because what you think they are may not be what you may not be right. Okay. And how you answer certain questions based on the limited knowledge that you have may be backfire on you at some point, okay? Because when you're dealing with the marketplace, you're dealing with the IRS, the Social Security Administration, Department of Homeland Security, and a credit reporting agency such as Equifax. So all of these people are tied into that application. And here's where a lot of people make mistakes. Number one is with the household. So they think household is everyone that lives in your house, but that's not correct. Okay. Your household is everyone that's on your tax return. Okay. All right. Now, the year that you receive the credit, okay, say you receive the credit in 2026, it hasn't ended yet. At the end of 2026, beginning of 2027, you're going to file a tax return, right? So nobody can be on your application if they're not going to be on that tax return that's coming up. You understand? So when you're on the marketplace, it goes by your tax household, not who's living with you, who's on your tax return with you. Whoever's on your tax return, they got to be listed on that application, okay, for the marketplace. It doesn't matter if it's not even on the marketplace, okay? But if you're signing up because you feel like you want to get your premium reduced, the monthly amount reduced, for your health insurance, then you got to follow the rules. Okay. So if you're not gonna be claiming someone on your tax return for the year that you're gonna receive the credit, you cannot put that person as your household. I don't even care if they live with you. Okay. If they're not gonna be on your tax return, do not put them on your application to make your household bigger because you're gonna have to pay for that. Okay, there are gonna be some penalties. Some people think, well, because they're getting away right now, that they're gonna continue to get away. That's not true. Okay. All right. Another thing people make a mistake on is their income. And when I tell people their modified adjusted gross income, the only thing they hear is gross. That's not what that means. Your modified adjusted gross income is after everything is taken out. Okay. So it's your net. When you file your taxes, they give you an AGI. That's normally what you go by when you're filing, when you are putting your income in. So if you're self-employed, and you make, say your earnings are 70,000, and then you got to write off some things, your equipment or the things that you use to make the money, then your income may go down to 60,000 or something like that. So it's based on your net income. Okay. And some of y'all just don't be telling the truth on these applications. Now, some people they do it unintentionally, but some people are intentionally trying to get over. But you know what? It will be found out. So y'all better stop that stuff, okay? And so the other thing people make a mistake on is, and this right here, and I try to tell, and some of y'all be too busy, and I know that open enrollment is from November to January, and those 3 months are the busiest times. In November you got Thanksgiving and preparing for Christmas. December you got Christmas, and then you got New Year. So uh, open enrollment, unfortunately, is around those times, and so a lot of people are not paying attention. Okay, you got to pay attention, especially if you're on the marketplace. You need to pay attention. This is what I get. So at the end of the application on the marketplace, it asks you if you want this to be renewed for another 5 years or whatever. And some people say, no, don't renew my application. I don't want y'all in my business. Well, guess what? When you filled out the application on the marketplace, they already in your business. Okay. And so at the end, one of those ending statements asks if you want it to be renewed for 5 years. That means they're going to renew the tax credit. And some of y'all say no. Okay. And then this is what happens. Okay. So when January comes, you get your plan is renewed at regular rate. Okay. So say your plan is $1,200 a month, and you're getting a tax credit, and your tax credit is $1,100. So you're only paying $100, right? And so you decide, well, I don't want them to just go ahead and renew the tax credit. I'll do it myself. Or you just don't ever do it. And then when January comes, you got a bill for $1,200. Okay. Why? Because you didn't go in and update your. Anytime you say that you don't want them to do it, that means you got to manually go in there and go ahead and resubmit your application. Don't mean you got to fill out the whole thing again. You just need to go back through it, just look at it and submit it again, and then they'll give you tax credit if you still qualify. But some of y'all don't do that, and then you're gonna call me and in January and say, "Oh, well, why my bill $1,200?" Your bill $1,200 because you you check the box that says I don't want my financial assistance renewed. And now for 1 month you got to pay that big bill. Now January we still in open enrollment. You can change it, but it won't take effect to February. So a lot of y'all, you know what? You need an agent. Pay attention to communication. Go get your phone. Okay, you got a smartphone. For those of you that do, I know some of you don't. On your phone, November 1st, put a repeating event. Open enrollment for health insurance. Check my health insurance. Okay. And say this is until your first date, December 15th or December 31st for some states. I know New Jersey goes to 31st. And then a second date, your second date you need to watch is January 15th. Okay. And so put that in your phone and have it repeat every year forever. Because y'all, I'm an agent, but I can't. There's some stuff I can't change. Some stuff is due to negligence, and I cannot change that. Okay, y'all be making some of the biggest mistakes that can cost you, penalize you, and so definitely always, if you're on the marketplace, always you have within 30 days to update. If somebody move out the house, when I say move out the house, I mean that they're no longer on your tax return. Okay, or if they get a job making so much money, they got to file their own taxes. You can't claim them no more. So take them off of your health insurance if you're on the marketplace. Ooh, boy, y'all be doing a lot of stuff. But I'm here to try to help you, so that you don't keep making these mistakes. If you're on the marketplace and your income go up or down, you need within 30 days you need to go fix it and change it. That application always editable. You can always go in and update it. Hey, or you can send me an email and say, "Hey, Victoria, um, I got a new job, but I'm making less. I need to update my application." Now, I like to show you how to do it. I'll do it for you though. You just gotta give me permission. Okay. And so because when you do stuff like that, especially if your income went up and you don't go in there and change, you say, well, I'll change it at the end. Oh, you're gonna get penalized. It's better to change it earlier than later. Okay. That's just some tips. Mm. Cause y'all be doing the most. But I don't mind helping you though. I do. I don't mind helping you. But yeah, get together this time, y'all. Okay. I love y'all. Happy learning.